Why do we need science fiction? Do we have at all any time to go into this world of fantasy and enjoy? I put it like this, that some humans are capable of elongating the linearity with which stops at the boundaries of reason. Some people are capable of extending it beyond that stage. And most humans are, as I said, genetically programmed to stop at a particular limit. The limits might be there within a grey shaded area, not necessarily be a boundary line. It could be a broad barrier. H.G. Wells, one of the fantastic works that I remember was The War of the Worlds. Have you read it? Try reading it. It's still not outdated. The Martians come in, it's 1890s when he writes, and the invasion of the extraterrestrials comes in through H.G. Wells, the first one. And he brings in as a writer, Surrey, where I happen to be a land that was familiar because I used to, when I was to bunk University of Sussex and come over and to go over those those places. Now, here H.G. Wells talks about the Martians coming in, and then there's a big war. It's a riot of imagination of a type that you can't believe, and he was scoffed. He was actually scoffed, said that, look, a chap with such literary strength, having meandered into this absolute unbelievable quagmire, he's got nuts. Now we are sending missions to find those nuts. Just about it's just about 115, 120 years after his first work. So there are no boundaries. And hang on. When the Soviet Empire collapsed, people were wondering where lay the roots of its collapse, other than the one that was obvious, that is a picturization, a framing of reality in a manner in which it was not, and therefore the inward implosion, collapse, and things like that happened. One of the reasons I had ascribed in 89, 90s when we were discussing was an allusion that I had taken from H.G. Wells. H.G. Wells's Martians dominate the world, and there was absolutely no hope for the human race to survive. And he gets knocked on the head and falls into a pit or something like that. It's long. By the time he wakes up, he finds the Martians all dead. What had happened was the superior Martians had actually not got used to something called the humble bacteria. It was a little bacteria that finished them all. That was H.G. Wells and the power of the bacteria. This far before you had these viral diseases coming up. More important, it was a little chip, the electronic chip, the TV chip, the one that sold images, the dream merchants of the West, who actually destroyed the edifice of the structure of post-Tsarist Soviet Russia. Little chip, that's all. It could be compared to the bacteria that got into the heart and entrails of such a huge impregnable empire